Welcome to the Pygmalion Film Festival. I'm Andrew Milstein, and this is my proposal on why the DUFF deserves the headline. The DUFF definitely deserves the spot to the headliner. Bernard Shaw's play, Pygmalion, demonstrates that status is shallow, and is created by others with prejudice to who one really is. On page 78, Eliza said, "I sold flowers. I didn't sell myself. Now that you've made a lady of me, I'm not fit to sell anything else." In defying what social label she was given, Eliza showed her developing emotion allows one to reflect on the shallowness of social status. This is why, at the moment, Eliza was unhappy with her situation regarding class. The DUFF is able to bring these same values to the 21st century audience. There was the jock, the geek, the princess, the bully, and the basket case. But that was the 80s. Labels don't matter now. Critic Inku Kang sarcastically described how it may be a daunting task to bring the spirit of the early 1900s of Pygmalion to a 2015 teen film. Director of the film, Ari Sandel, was up for the task. What is one's class and value based on? Well, it should not be based on appearance or language. Also, independent emotion and feelings are very valuable, and status affects how people treat others and themselves. On page 95, Eliza said, "I shall always be a flower girl to Professor Higgins, because he always treats me as a flower girl, and always will. But I know I can be a lady to Pickering, because he always treats me as a lady." How people treat one another is the basis of status, which is shown by Eliza's realization here. The only way that these labels can be removed or defied is if one is willing to show confidence. Would the world ever have been made if its maker had been afraid of making trouble? Higgins says on page 101. Higgins perfectly explains this principle. Critic Billen acknowledges the fact that Liza exerted her confidence. Shaw was able to shine light on this as well here. The DUFF allows its viewers to see the same meaning that Shaw intended for the audience of Pygmalion, his play. Status is just a label. Bianca telling Wesley that they are not supposed to be with each other reveals predetermined classes in their society. Secondly, characters rising up to defy how others judge them is captured in these texts. Bianca, in realizing the shallowness and weakness of status, was able to stand up to her biggest fear, Madison, the most popular girl in her school. Using her acquired confidence, Bianca was able to overcome status. This was exactly what Shaw wanted his audience to see in his play Pygmalion. The critics are saying the same thing. Answering the principle of why the film was so strong, Bilge Ebiri recognized that what goes deeper than the plot makes the DUFF so beautiful. This is similar to Pygmalion's deeper meaning, including how the characters define labels and are able to find true love through emotion. Ebiri also says, "The film doesn't take its story too seriously, but it does take its characters very seriously." This shows how the stories both shine light on powerful ideas through a simple plot. This makes Pygmalion a fluent transition to the 21st century audience of the DUFF. The questions that Billen raises, such as whether class or character determines destiny, whether society will survive its new social mobility, and whether men and women belong to different races, can be assumed by the strength and depth of Shaw's as well as the DUFF's characters. How could director Ari Sandel possibly pull off these through the DUFF? It couldn't possibly represent the powerful themes portrayed through Pygmalion. That is according to Kate Lindsay, a critic. She also says that the film has a weak message and a silly plot. That is wrong. Billen recognizes Eliza's complexity and her desire to find love and defy prejudice. This is something that Lindsay could not see in the DUFF. What gives the Duff the advantage to be the headliner is how it captures the strength of characters, like Pygmalion does. Balin's description of Shaw going deeper into Higgins' emotions relates to how what Wesley says to Bianca reveals strong connections, defying status. The texts both allow the viewers to see the importance of finding one's true self through the timeless theme of love. The film festival must pay tribute to Pygmalion, so the Duff is the perfect fit. Being both loved by 21st century teens and literary analysts, the Duff has the keys to headline the festival. Thank you for your time, and I hope you are excited to watch the brilliant adaptation of Shaw's Pygmalion, The Duff.